at nagmamahal at nagbabalik dito tayo sa The Nationals Philippine Open for Call of Duty Mobile. There you go. Wala na. Broken-hearted na kami dito. Kasi malapit na matapos ang ating day number 4. Medyo ang bigat sa puso. But anyway, it's your girl Beef Mommy and here with me is Mr. G10. Ano ba yung tanong? Sinabi si ni Pika kanina? G-Man ba yun?
G-Man.
Yes. G-Man. This is my G-Man right here.
Right. Ang dami naming beses binigkas yung pangalan na Z-Man just because he kept coming up on the kill feed na mix up na nga. I am now to Coach Pika, G-Man. Pero ito na nga, the two titans of the Nationals Call of Duty Mobile Pro League ngayon, Beef Mommy, Smart Omega at Signal Ultra Warriors. The top 2 teams sila naman ang magsha-showdown dito.
And of course, this tournament is regulated and supervised by the Games and Amusements Board, just making sure everything is working perfectly and maayos ang laro for today. Ito na nga, we said goodbye to one team. Wala na ang STIE Olympians and now secured na ang ating playoff. Sobrang exciting talaga nito. Narinig natin yung mga players ngayon kasi medyo at this point, top 1 and top 2 ang naglalaban ngayon. So medyo palakihan talaga ng ego at this point, diba?
Exactly. And syempre, the biggest ego and deservedly so ang tingnan natin ngayon. Let's take a gander at SMO. At ayan na.
Exactly. I love how sabay-sabay talaga tayo mag-isip. And when it comes to casters, diba, sobrang nagiging one brain cell na lang tayo.
Tama yan. And ito nga, ang Smart Omega, sila ang hindi lang one brain cell, pero a full brain on their heads. Ang nag-iisang higante ng The Nationals Pro League. Sila, ayan si Caloocan vibes in the middle right there. A Smart Omega. They're not only some of the best players dito sa The Nationals, they're also some of the best memers talaga. Ayan.
Oo, sobrang nakaka-entertain talaga to watch all of these players, diba? Especially since their bond is just so tight. Kasi imagine mo, this team is not only, syempre, we recognize the strength that they have when it comes to the team, pero pamilya sila. Tignan mo yung mga mukha nila. Sobrang cuticles talaga ng mga to. But yun nga, they're a family. Sobrang ang dami talaga nilang pinagdaanan as a team, not just this year, not just for this tournament, but all throughout the years ever since Call of Duty Mobile started.
Exactly. And ayun nga, one of the most storied teams, no? And syempre, medyo malaki yung expectations natin para sa kanila, pero baka ibahin yung expectations natin of our next team, the Signal Ultra Warriors.
Signal Ultra Warriors, a name na we've been talking about since the beginning of this competition. There's a reason why na top 2 sila. At from their run a while ago going up against Laos Playbook, sobrang ibang-iba ang clutch factor ng team na to, especially when it comes to that hardpoint matchup. Wala! Dusted off of your elbows and all of your dandruff from your shoulders, head and shoulders. So yun na nga. Sobrang galing din mo. Una na kayong wala, natutulog na silang lahat, no?
I love it. Yung friendly trash talk lang dito kasi syempre hindi naman seryoso yan. Magkakaibigan din ang ating mga players. Magkakilala sila. And it's not toxic, guys. It's non-toxic. So safe na safe yan. And syempre, ito yung favorite player ni RQG, si iPao over there. Let's take a look at kung saan sila magtatalo dito.
Okay. Okay. I am very intrigued sa nakikita ko dito sa ating screen ngayon, 'di ba? Kasi of course, yung maps and modes, yung band natin, Summit, Standoff, wala. Sparrow and Vortex also out of the matchup. But keeping our eyes on our firing range hardpoint, nakita nga natin kanina, 'di ba? Signal, Ultra, Warriors, munti ka na sila mapalanunan yung up against LPE. But then after a certain point, yung play ni iPao na nakatatlong patay siya doon sa trailer and eventually just turn things around. Well, I'm looking forward to how CUW trumps Omega possibly dito. Kasi ngayon sinasabi nga natin yung weak point, which is wala masyado for SMO.
Yeah, yun nga. That play by iPao, I think, is one of the top 5 plays natin today, if not like top 3 plays. Kasi that really turned the game around para sa Signal Ultra Warriors, and that cemented iPao as the favorite player ni Red Queen Gaming dito sa ating yes. Pero ayun nga, how will they match up against SMO? Kasi SMO, hardpoint may be one of their worst modes daw, but napakahusay pa rin nila just as a team, as a player. They gel on a different level than yung mga ibang teams natin.
Absolutely. And again, mukhang firing range hardpoint na naman ang nakita natin, parang walang sawang firing range for hardpoint. Okay, so feeling ko talaga mapapatayo talaga tayo dito sa hardpoint na to kasi sobrang gutom na for that win, for that top 1 spot ang Signal Ultra Warriors. But to starting things off, again, you're trying to go in for those power positions, which is going to be trailer, pero yun na nga, si Whoopi nandoon, nakatira na siya doon.
Yun nga, trailer park living si Whoopi ngayon. He got first 2 kills, si Candy follows it up with 1 onto AC, pero si Yaku and iPao hindi magpapatalo dito. Ay, natalo nga ni Candy and Rage. So ayun, Smart Omega with the first points, pero walang nakatapak ngayon. Ibig sabihin, clear na clear yung site for CUW to move on in, and they have moved in, pero ayun, konti pa lang yung nakatapak. Idra from the back though, he gets a couple of kills, brings it back to yellow para sa Smart Omega.
I mean, I see the point of moving as a unit when it comes to CUW, pero nga lang natatalo sila when it comes to the gunfights kasi nakita mo yun, nakaapak sila sa point just for a few seconds, 3 seconds to be precise, pero nga lang, they just get shut things down every time that they separate, and mukhang nahirapan talaga sila when it comes to these individual gunfights. But then finally, iPao getting almost that 3rd kill. There you go, flushes it out. Again, very essential kill kasi nga that sets it up para sa rotation nila dito sa P2.
Yun nga, iPao, definitely one of the standout players for CUW today, and he may be the key to CUW actually bringing it back here. But still, Omega, they're not allowing it to happen pa lang. And as the hardpoint will get unlocked in just a couple of seconds, ayun, may nagtatalo na nga, and it is going to be blue for Signal Ultra Warriors. They are going to have a difficult time holding it, but not quite yet because they have some breathing room. It is going to be Idra who comes in and challenges, gets the hardpoint, and he is going to hold it for Smart Omega. No, he won't, because now, napakalakas ng laban dito sa hardpoint natin. It's still blue for now. How long will this last? Kasi may papuntang range, pero ayun, he stepped on a grenade.
Ang galing talaga ng backup when it comes to Signal kasi si Jello nandun nung namatay si iPao, and now si Ace-Key nandun din for the backup nung nawala na si Jello. And so that constant backup is definitely needed. But then just as we said that, si Omega naman pumasok na siya dun sa loob ng hardpoint, pero no one is absolutely close coming in from the side of Signal Ultra Warriors.
Oh, yun, wala nang nakatapak sa hardpoint eh.
Actually, nag-spawn!
Yeah, okay.
Nag-spawn sila right there.
They did. That was the weirdest spawns that I ever seen. Pero ayun nga, scrap points lang ang palalabanan. So hindi nila lalabanan yan CUW with the advanced positioning on our next hardpoint. And the scrap points, like 2 points pa rin napunta sa Smart Omega. Oh! What a kill there from Kenshi. iPao, hindi na magpapatalo. They're keeping it close dito sa trailer. Hindi nila pinapapasok ang SMO.
Pinch coming in from SMO but doesn't really work out as Rage. Mukhang hindi siya prepared dun sa amount of people there. But then Whoopi coming out with a claw. That's definitely gonna flush everyone out. And from trailer, yun na nga, sobrang lakas talaga ng claw na to. Ang ganda ng util usage dito and yung timing coming in from this man. Not just that, getting 1 more kill. Doesn't really matter kung wala siyang claw because the Peacekeeper will definitely do its job.
Yeah, syempre, pero may risky din siya doon na naka-purifier for backup. So ayun, solid na solid ang hardpoint. Yellow na yellow para sa Smart Omega. Walang makapasok na tao from CUW. Napakaganda ng hold ng SMO dito right now. Hindi rin makakuha ng angulo si Aishi. So they're going to be looking for maybe the position on the next hardpoint kasi ang layo din ang spawn ng CUW. Hindi talaga sila makakontest dito sa trailer. So I think they just have to give this up, go for next.
The Warriors, medyo nahirapan sila when it comes to the contest dito. Para hindi nila ginawang priority yung pag-contest sa trailer, and that just allowed Omega to get just so much points already. And yun yung dahilan kung bakit 138 na lang ang puntos dito. Mukhang gusto nila mag-rotate ng sobrang aga and just to anchor up the spot with Yaku with a really big 2-piece. And again, Yaku with 3. But then, tignan natin kung ano yun kung maganda. Kasi one player is gonna be so annoying there, which is gonna be Rage. But, yun na nga, the pinch finally coming through, coming in from Omega.
Ayun, and yun na, papasok na ang Omega. It's still blue, pero Ace nakadapa lang doon, waiting on the window, and he did find somebody. No, it was Kenshi who took him out. And Yako there, holding down the site. Ayun, napakalakas ng kapit ngayon ng CUW. This is what we saw earlier in their first match of the day. What a very, very aggressive hold. And they're just leaving Ace there. Naka-prone lang siya doon. Walang contest except for Whoopi, who did take him through the wall. 2 kills for Whoopi, and that means yellow na uli ang hardpoint natin.
And now the tides turn yellow. Finally tried to see a contest here coming in from the side of CUW. Pero buti na lang, yun, nanalo sila ng hardpoint. Aipa, important kill. Pero nga lang, medyo malayo pa talaga Marami pang chance yung CUW makakuha ng mga puntos dito, especially going to the next rotation sa P1, having our reset finally. So far, we only have one power position taken up, and that's gonna be Idra. Sayang yung Aipa, mukhang hindi siya nakakuha ng power position na yun, pero it's a good thing. Backup. Again, no solid defense whatsoever from both of these teams.
Yun yeah, because they are really, really good at aggressing. They're really good at going for the take, pero mas mahirap talaga pag-hold ng position na yun. So ayun yeah, the Slayers are coming out in full force. It's still being contested. It's now yellow, pero for how long? Kasi si Aipa nandun nga sa power position and he's gonna slide down. Get absolutely nothing kasi nandun si Idra to respond, to receive him. And ibig sabihin nun, with 30 seconds left on this hard point, napakalakas ng kapit ng Omega. Hindi nila talaga pinapalapit ang CUW even through any angle on the map.
Nakita natin nga dun si Aipa pati si Jello, nandun na sila dun sa power position na yun, and now the rotation medyo maaga dito from Omega kasi kaya nila mag-rotate ng maaga. And so, nakuha na rin yung points coming in from there, just scrap points. It's still going to be very important points coming from CUW kasi they can't afford to lose any, especially since you're going to be playing catch-up kasi 139 no 149 yung score natin. And now the rotation finally going to be really good. Si Aipa laging nauuna dito sa hardpoint.
Yun, yeah. I have to commend talaga CUW for their early controls sa mga hardpoints natin. They're very, very diligent when it comes to preparing for the spawn of the hardpoint and getting their teammates to spawn in correct places. Pero yung SMO, mas magaling sila when they're trying to get in. Ayun nga, Rage with the claw, he gets one pero he steps on a grenade and he gets finished by Yako. Ayun, so it still means that Smart Omega has such a good hold here dito sa ating hardpoint. And look at CUW, they are absolutely corralled out.
Oo, Signal Ultra, they just spawned so far away. Feeling ko hindi nila na-prioritize talaga yung pag-anchor ng spawns and try to go and spawn from the back of the truck dito right next to American. And again, you're getting so many points already, almost crossing into that 200-point mark where Omega, you should not let that happen kung ikaw ang Signal Ultra Warriors. Going in for the rotation, walang contest whatsoever. Not just that, wala silang map control.
Yun nga, napakahirap kung kayo yung CUW ngayon. Pero sabi nga ni Bravo 6 kanina, he thinks of them as the comeback Ultra Warriors because that's what they're good at. It's just that against SMO, paano ka magka-comeback kung bibilisan talaga nila ang pagpanalo because now trailer ang ating hard point and Idra already with the purifier pero hindi fire, it's water, pure water para sa CUW if they try to go in.
Ito ang mineral water na gustong-gusto natin. And so, tignan natin if Signal Ultra, are they thirsty enough to go and win this, especially since Aipa with the Purifier goes in there, pero wala tayong nakakuha. If we get to see a full 60 here, there you go. That is gonna be denied by Jello, pero ang sobrang grabe talagang response coming in from Smart Omega. Pag may isang namamatay, may backup talaga na meron nangyayari.
Yun nga, and Kenshi, he was trying to get an angle with his chopper pero hindi niya makuha talaga. It's Smart Omega, they're just sequestered in here. Si Whoopi talaga ang anchor nila with 29 kills, almost 30 bombing here. Kung may papasok pa ng Signal Ultra dito, and it is Jello, the concussion is going to land. So that means may time siya para makuha iyon. Scrap points na lang makuha ng CUW dito. Ibig sabihin, nag-rotate na rin ang Smart Omega into the next hard point. But Signal Ultra, they're still looking for kills. They want these scrap points and they want to go for the retake contest, but that may be too little too late kasi 228 na ang puntos puntos ng Omega. All they need is 22 seconds on the hardpoint.
Ito nga, nakita natin dati ito before, di ba? Sobrang aga talaga ng rotation ng CUW going to next hardpoint, but then it doesn't really work out for them at the very end. Actually, yung SMO pala rather, yung pumunta doon very, very early into the next hardpoint. And just as I said that, sobrang siguro, for a few seconds, they're probably going to be stepping the hardpoint. The reason why you see player number 3 and 4, that's going to be Rage, and that's going to be risky. Kasi nandun sila kasi that will dictate kung saan mag-spawn, which is going to be in bathroom. Kaya maaga talaga mag-rotate pumunta siya yung mga players. So they have more of a hold dito sa my Woodhouse.
Ayun nga, and Woodhouse is the battleground here. Si Whoopi nakadalawa with his own vortex, the gravity well. Gravity vortex, sorry. I mix up the terms so frequently. Pero ayun nga, gravity well gets 2. It is a lot of guns, but the Annihilator is one of them, and Candy gets 2 kills with it. Well played. That's a third for himself. Ayun, may isa pa siyang bala. Kaya ba niya makuha ng isa pa? Baka may lumitaw from CUW because 5 seconds left pero hindi makukuha ng Smart Omega with this hard point. May isa pang, oh yun, nakuha nga nila. Walang mali siya, walang naiiwan na puntos para sa CUW.
Ayun na nga, yung 5 seconds really matters when it comes to victory, especially kung ikaw ang Smart Omega where you're just basically playing your food. Kung nahuli mo yung pagkain mo, pipick upin mo ba? Maghihintay ka ba ng 5 seconds? Hindi, kukunin mo yan. Kind of like how Smart Omega just took that match up very quickly, and actually, the whole time, sila talaga yung may control ng driver's seat, no?
Exactly. No comeback dito para sa comeback Ultra Warriors natin kasi talaga SMO, this is the reason why they're one of the best teams. Ibang level talaga yung communication nila, yung teamwork, the macro strategies as well. And really, the gunfights were always on the side of SMO. Whoopi with 37 kills.
Absolutely. Taking a look at that as double positives all across the board. Not just that, si Candy rin. Tignan mo, 35. Risky, 30. And tignan mo dito sa kabila, wala man nang naka-reach ng 30, bro. You get that 30, bro? Wala!
No 30s, bro. Unfortunately, yun nga, medyo mabilis itong hardpoint na to actually compared to the rest of the hardpoints that we've had today. Pero still commendable Ace-Key with 1 minute 13 objective time. Si Yako, 0 objective time. I mean, he is the Slayer. It's just that you can't not have objective time versus Smart Omega.
Absolutely. I mean, as much as we'd like to say you're a Slayer, you don't have to go step in the hard point. Pero, alam mo, may nakita na talaga ang shift when it comes to the plays this time eh. Pag nakita mo yung Smart Omega, medyo even talaga yung points. Not even just Smart Omega, but in different teams na, yes, you're a Slayer, but you can still be flex and go inside the objective, but having 0 in the hard point, medyo mabigat yan. Not only that, yung player sa baba niya, 6 seconds only.
Very, very rough game para sa Signal Ultra Warriors. But, I mean, it just speaks to the skill gap ng Smart Omega. They've only ever lost 1 map dito sa the Nationals Pro League. It was versus Bren Epro on day 1 on hardpoint. And, syempre, Bren Epro had to actually get that comeback. Then they had to work for that win. And no other team has been able to do that against Smart Omega.
Oo nga. Even feeling ko pinakamalapit na rin was also from the same team. And speaking of Search and Destroy, makita natin yun later on. But yun nga, after that loss from Bren Pro, yung game nila in Search and Destroy was 7-5. That was the closest the team that actually had a dent on Smart Omega. Pero I still have hope na CUW would actually do the same way dito sa ating next hardpoint, or Search and Destroy rather, because feeling ko yung mga games nila medyo up and down when it comes to Search and Destroy.
Yun, yeah. And but they are one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world pag dating sa Search and Destroy, Smart Omega that is. So they are going to be ready. They're going to be waiting. And I think it's up to Signal Ultra Warriors to be a little bit more creative, no, to catch SMO off guard sa SND. Syempre, because I think SND is going to be on takeoff.
Takeoff SND. As in, I see so many clutch moments dito eh. Kasi kung mag-isa ka, super possible if you have a sniper tapos naka-pick up ka ng switchblade or like a peacekeeper to go and clutch up the round. Nakita na natin yun in previous days na there are so many possibilities going in for a solo catch-up, especially if your teammate has information. And now, we're going into takeoff SND na both of these teams, feeling ko sobrang gifted na lang when it comes to the SND. I'm just looking at the stats because I love my stats. And now looking at every single time, we'll see what happens here. Because as much as we're hyping it up, syempre gusto namin makita kung ano talagang mangyayari. But Search and Destroy takeoff is gonna be up next after this quick short break.
Dogs.
Dogs po.
Dogs.
Dogs. Dogs.
Dogs.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Tea.
Coffee. Coffee.
Coffee.
Hot.
Ice. Cold.
Hot.
Cold. Hot.
Cold.
Wala.
Wala po.
Walang reasons.
Wala. Meron.
Wala.
Pineapple.
Pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple sa pizza.
No pineapple. Pineapple.
No pineapple.
Sinigang.
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 Sinigang. Tinola.
Sinigang.
Dogs.
Dogs.
Dog.
Cats. Dogs.
Dogs. Coffee.
Tea.
Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
Coffee. Cold.
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 Cold. Cold.
Cold.
Wala.
Wala.
Wala. Wala.
Wala.
Kahit ano.
No pineapple.
May pineapple.
No pineapple. Pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple and pizza.
Tinola.
Sinigang.
Sinigang.
Sinigang. Sinigang.
Sinigang.
Bibili ko ng gamit na hindi ko kailangan pero masaya ako. Kahit ano yung mahal.
Bili ng sariling bahay. Siyempre, pagkabili, lilipat na ng bahay. Yung mga kotse, mga ganun. Titrip ko yung family ko, yun, mga kaibigan ko. Yun siguro. Tapos i-invest para siyempre, mas lumaki lalo. Diba? Siguro yun lang.
Bibigyan ng 100 million. Ayan o, i-invest. Invest para lumago.
Welcome back sa The Nationals, ang bahay ng Filipino Esports. At we are just giving a little bit of honor dito sa ating desk para sa ating dalawang Titans, the two best teams na nagtatalo dito, which at what may be our last game of the day. Ako si G10 Kamanasya, kasama ko si Beef Mami. And kanina pinag-uusapan lang namin ang best beef noodles. Sabihin nyo sa amin kung saan ang best beef noodles dito sa Pilipinas in the comment section.
Yes, I mean, with that being said, nagugutom na ako.
Tama.
As in, kanina pa ako gutom na gutom for the noodles, di ba? Please send noodles, di ba, in the comment section. But yeah, with this tournament, it has been an absolutely great day. Feeling ko sobrang ang daming highlights. I mean, coming in from, syempre, match number 1, di nangyari, di ba? But sobrang bawing-bawi ang match number 2 all the way into match number 5. And we're possibly ending it in our search and destroy. But before we head on over there, I'd just like to say that this tournament is under the regulation and supervision of the Games and Amusements Board.
Yeah. Salamat sa Gab for making sure that our tournament is legit as anything. I was going to say a rhyme, but it would not be appropriate. Okay, so eto na tayo. Take off S&D, mga kaibigan. Our second take off of the day. Yung kanina, Control with Coach Pika. Now, that was a heart stopper. Baka mag-stop na talaga ang puso ko dito.
Mukhang sumisikip na yung aking dibdib eh, no? Hindi na sa gutom, pero sa kaba. Dahil, syempre, yung Signal Ultra Wars, ayaw nila magpatalo. Pero, syempre, medyo mahirap kasi you are facing Young Jay and Whoopi. These snipers have definitely been super amazing. But, Taking a
Koshka.
look at that, the Koshka sniper being taken out for the first time in this tournament. But yun na nga, as in, Whoopi with the sniper, yun na medyo nakakatakot na yun eh. Kasi the last few SNDs, naka-shotgun siya eh.
Yun, yeah. And he did do well with the shotgun, pero ngayon, on his main gun, the DLQ, baka naman yung CUW, they have to be able to, check their corner, or not check their corners, but check their angles naman dito against Whoopi and Young J. Kasi just so you guys know, it is risky out and Young J in para sa ating Smart Omega. And it looks like it's a very slow start to this round. Medyo feeling out pa sila ng mga strategies. And they're just cutting the map in half basically bago sila mag-commit to a certain kind of play.
Ito, medyo delikado na to coming in from CUW kasi ang solid ngayon ng defense coming in from Smart Omega. And then speaking of, finally gets one. Whoopi, yun na nga, sobrang kahit malapit, kaya pa rin niya kumapit. And there you go. And
Yako.
medyo iiyak sila kasi si Yaku also gets one. So it's an exchange that we really like to see. And again, it's going to be into the favor of Signal Ultra Warriors. So even though ang essential ng kill ni Whoopi, it still doesn't matter kasi syempre man disadvantage na from SMO.
Yun, yeah. And SMO, sila pa yung attackers, so they really have to have an advantage going into it. Pero Kenshi, I thought he was dropping on an enemy, pero kakampi pala. And it looks like B's site is completely free and clear para sa SMO. Whoopi misses his shot and punished by Jello. Ito na si Candy, one of the star players, a standout guy for SMO. And it's a 2 versus 3. Kayang-kaya pa nila ito because, yes, the bomb will be planted and CUW will have to play retake.
Ayun na nga, munti ka na siya ma-spot. Okay, very, very slowly but surely SMO's trying to go in there. But then iPow with denial and Candy. Siya na lang ang natitira dito. A 1v3 situation. And iPow, yun na nga, kailangan quiet lang siya. Good trigger discipline. Exactly. Yun na nga, iPow goes down in a very similar fashion that he had in this particular map in the same spot. Dropped down from the heavens. Pero yun na nga, nadyan si Candy galing from Dalupa. Under Dalupa, yun na nga yung impyerno play na gusto natin. 15 seconds after the clock. And Candy still with the defense. Yun na nga, ang galing nung depensa niya.
You got 10 seconds and 1v1. Kenshi versus Candy. Kenshi has to defuse if he wants to have a chance. And Candy, he's sticking. He's committing. Kenshi's committing. He's got it. He's actually defused. 1-0 Signal Ultra Warriors.
Pros don't fake, and Kenshi knows that so well. And there's a reason why this man won for Blacklist International dun sa Eastern Finals natin last year. Ooh, that was so good. And what a miscalculation coming in from Candy, not keeping his eyes on the bomb.
Actually, kung tutusin, Candy could have just peeked it, hard peeked it anyway to just make sure na walang nagsistick ng defuse. Kasi there wouldn't have been enough time to get the defuse anyway. The bomb would have gone off kahit na mamatay si Candy dun. So ayun, a grave miscalculation talaga for Smart Omega will give Signal Ultra Warriors the first round.
Okay. Signal Ultra Warriors, medyo iba na yung, yung
what a
spot na
miss!
ngayon. But then, Idra goes in there for the first blood. But yun, medyo aggressive na ang defense ngayon coming in from Signal Ultra, which is probably something na I think Smart Omega just didn't really play. But again, finally, it's gonna be even things out.
Yun, yeah. So, 4 versus 4 pa rin with a minute and 10 left on the clock. Maraming oras pa. And po kasi Whoopi, meron nung siyang someone right under him. It is Kenshi, I believe. And, Aishki did just eat Idra's bullets there. So, ibig sabihin nun, Smart Omega has a very clear plant here. And the pressure is on Signal Ultra Warriors kasi they have a man disadvantage and they have to play retake. So, asa na ang kanilang mga utility as Jello and Candy do trade out 1 for 1. It's still Omega who are on top. 2 versus 3. Kaya ba ni Yako and ni Kenshi?
Okay, na-isolate na ang mga players ngayon ng SMO. So, possible actually ng si Yaku to go and get one. But he does get tagged. Gets that information relay dito para kay Candy. And now 1v3. But then with Kenshi very, very slowly. Information. Hindi sila gagalaw. Wala talagang gagalaw dito. Candy gets spotted. Oh, doesn't get the shot.
Quickscope.
And even though yung quickscope nandun, hindi siya tumama. And unfortunately for them, ang ganda ng response coming from Omega. Walang over-aggression.
Yeah, saktong aggression lang. Saktong aggression for Smart Omega. Calculated defense there for their bomb plant. And yon 1-1. That's more like the Omega that we've seen. And Candy, 5 kills already, 2 rounds in.
And now 1 and 1 apiece. And a great showing galing dito sa parehong koponan na ito na mukhang pantay when it comes to the search and destroy. Pero tignan natin, kasi si Aipao, feeling ko she's one of the biggest playmakers, but then obviously with Candy, walang cover whatsoever si Aipao. So really great first blood. Readjustment needs to be done coming in from the side of CUW.
The teamwork did. Rage slid out for the info and then Candy swung out for the kill. But it's Jello who takes Whoopi down. Unfortunate kasi si Whoopi talaga minsan ang key picker nila. But that's fine kasi the first blood was already taken by his teammate. That just means that it's going to be a 4v4. Ang bilis talaga ng Smart Omega with their bomb plants. Hindi masyadong dinidepensahan ang site itself ng CUW. I think they do prefer to play retake, but it's going to be a little bit easier for them with just 3 players remaining. Pero ayon si Rage, nakaabang lang, naka-prone. He gets 1, but not 2. And there's a defuse once again coming in from CUW. They do prefer to do retake.
Nice ace key with a backup in the crossfire, just sealing the deal para sa CUW. And yun, that was really good. That was really good retake. And actually, partial nun was the reason why si Jello pumunta siya dun sa back end. Umikot siya all the way through launch center and also just getting 2 players from Omega just really damaging. Sobrang nabutas talaga yung team ng Omega. And now, we're going for a different setup ngayon coming in from CUW. Basang-basa nila na papunta na sila, papunta dito sa may Alpha.
Pressure on SMO, but it's Idra who swings out. Whoopi did get a kill, so it's 2 for 2. And Idra goes down. Jello was ready and waiting para si Rage andun din for Kenshi. And it is just Rage versus 2 now. Can he isolate these 1v1s? Kasi yun ang kailangan niya. The bomb has been dropped though, so kailangan niyang balikan yun. Aipao and Jello, the 2 big players. Si Jello with 8 kills already and Rage will deny him that kill. Pero si Aipao naman slide out and trade 2 rounds in the lead na ang Signal Ultra Warriors.
Ito na, umaanghang na nga, max spicy na nga tayo dito. Sobrang kinakabahan na ako, sobrang pinapawisan na ako dito para sa Omega kasi they're probably dubbed as one of the best S&D teams and now medyo lamang na sila ng konti. But obviously, pwede pa silang bumawi. But again, the play there was to aggress really good. Ang ganda ng read coming in from Signal Ultra Warriors na it's gonna be an A push. And now the B push comes through. Ace-Key though with a really big kill.
Yes, but Young J and Candy denying Ace-Key and Aipao that reposition there. So big sabihin ng Smart Omega once again in the advantage and they have made their bomb plan. Once again, retake ang lalaroin ng Signal Ultra Warriors. And it's again Jello with a big flank. He does take Whoopi out with a headshot. 3 versus 3 retake. Yako very, very patient here looking for anybody. Pero si Candy nakuha din niya si Jello. He found the flanking player pero si Yako very sneaky, very ninja-like. He may be finding someone here but he's going to come into contact with Young J as soon as he swings that corner. Pero hindi, he's not gonna swing that corner. Kenshi is coming up though. What angles can he find here? Yun yung tanong ko because there's somebody right under him. It's Candy. He misses the shot. And Candy and Young J punish immediately Ayon and SMO with another round.
Ay, munti ka na nga no-scope si Candy. Pero, ayun na nga, another round coming in from Omega and slowly but surely, medyo nag-level na in points when it comes to it. And now, when it comes to the attacker side, mukhang shaky ang Omega. But, actually, that was a really good play na pumunta sila into P4 instead yung rotation. It looks like they want to do the same thing. Kasi nga, gumana siya into the last round. It looks like they want to do the same here. But then they are going to be greeted by 2 players of Signal Ultra. That's going to be 4 and 5. Jello and Kenshi going in for the defense. And Rage gets 2. Ayun na nga, big opening kill for Omega.
Biggest flank coming in from Rage. They were not looking the right direction. Pero si Idra, he follows it up. And now he will not get another one kasi si Jello ready siya doon. But Jello had to do 2 firefights, one after the other. Rage just got his 3rd kill of the round. And Aipao, last man standing, did not take out Candy yet. Candy smart enough not to repick that immediately. And Aipao, they now have the information where he is. Young J is the guy that he was trying to go. But Candy immediately slides out and takes his life. That's teamwork from Omega.
Ayun talaga eh. Medyo nahirapan na ang Signal Ultra Warriors pag nag-rotate yung Smart Omega dun sa may generators area. Wala talagang response whatsoever. But we're finally going in for the switch na attacker side na ang CUW. Let's see kung yung response nila because so far, rushing on towards launch base. Pero isang player lang ang for the defense dyan. That's gonna be Idra.
Yeah, but can Idra actually hold off the tides dito? And it looks like Rage is the one who gets the first pick. And that is a very, very big kill from Rage. Ngayon, Yako goes down and Big Sabine 3 versus 5 ngayon and they have to go for the plant. The bomb has been dropped kasi si Young J, what a snipe on the Jello and Candy immediately just rushes into Kenshi. HK as well just died there. That was a flawless round from Omega.
Naikutan na nga ang CUW and that's why medyo nahirapan talaga sila in that attacking round. Their first attacking round, hopefully meron silang readjustment kasi that basically allowed them to be vulnerable on both sides of this this corner. So again, yun yung mahirap eh. Kung hindi ka mag-rush through A, then you should probably get that power position.
Oh,
Yun na nga.
Candy,
There you
that's a
go.
power position.
Candy, that's gonna be really big. A power play and really show dominance from this man.
Yeah, pero Yako and Aski, they're still keeping it close, keeping it even. 2-2 na sila ngayon. And the bomb has been dropped. Well, it is floating. It has been picked up. But Idra, with the prone, he is just trying to find somebody, trying to bait somebody into walking into his line of sight kasi malayo pa yung bomba. Malayong iikutan dito. Ano kayong plano ng CUW? Because they still have a lot of time. 1 minute 20 pa rin. And it's 2v2. Young J and Idra ang kakalabanin nila dito. And Young J just put himself in a pretty dangerous position there. Pero tama naman yung position na yun is he's just looking at the wrong way.
Grabe, open na talaga yung rotation nila. And now, look at that COD
Lala.
timing. Hydra, umikot. But also Young J as well. So, nag-iikot na lang sila. Obviously, di na alam kung nasaan yung ibang players, diba? But it looks like Alpha is going to be the name of the game. And kailangan nila tumakbo kasi. I mean, yes, 50 seconds left on the clock. Pero nga lang that it will also allow Omega that information na, okay, maybe the plant's not gonna be in B. And that allows one player, Young J, to actually spot one. And yun na nga, the information given.
Sa wakas, nagkatagpo na sila. They have the info of where they're gonna be. The plant, a little bit desperate dito from the Signal Ultra Warriors, but it should be good kasi si Idra will get taken out as soon as he slides in. Young J with the DLQ, he gets one, isolates it into a 1 versus 1. He just wants Aski to peek, but Aski, very wise, runs away. And now the long angle here from Young J, yun yung hinahanap niya. Is he gonna go for the defuse agad? No, he goes for the quick scope. He doesn't get it. And Aski, can he go? He's going to aggress for it. Pero si Young J, he's got the angle. There's still 20 seconds left on the clock dito para sa defuse. Aski very, very close now. And Young J goes for it! He gets it! The quick scope from Young J will secure that round for Smart Omega!
Aski making the elementary mistake of showing himself. Masyado siya makulit. Yes, it makes sense na he doesn't have the gun to make that range, but Health Center is planted for him. The bomb was planted for him to go in for the defense in Health Center. He didn't even have to show his face. He just had to peek just one tiny bit, make some noise, but unfortunately, umikot siya. And obviously, if you give Young J that chance, he will get that quick scope. And now,
Ooh,
that
speaking
just
of Young
gives
J.
one more kill coming in from Young J. Another essential kill, again, coming in from Aski.
Ayun nga, and here we see Smart Omega kind of fitting into their britches right now. Rage and Candy. The Rage has been activated here for Smart Omega. Whoopi gets another kill onto iPow. And si Kenshi couldn't get the quick scope onto Rage. That is now match point para sa Smart Omega. Kumakaway na si Coach J dito.
That was very unlike Signal Ultra Warriors in that particular round that we saw. Kasi medyo ano na eh, medyo nakita mo na yung actions na they could have been more careful. And now going into the next, possibly last. Kasi ito na nga, one by one though,
Jello.
really good opening pick for Jello. So again, Rage goes down, an essential player for Smart Omega. But then
Ang daming
Whoopi
target.
gets one! No!
Nothing. He
Wala,
gets
wala
nothing.
makuha! Wala
He gets
makuha!
nothing! He gets one.
Finally gets one.
Pero ayun, si Young J din nakasnipe at least. Ayun, si Idra din found another. That's a 2 versus 2 ngayon. The Nyorti in the hands of Kenshi. Could he get anything? Kasi si Kenshi, that's his first kill of the entire game ngayon pa lang. Young J now in a 1 versus 2. One of them is Aski, the other is Kenshi. And si Aski, yun yung mas delikado kasi siya, yung may automatic weapon. Pwede rin siya mag-sniper battle versus Kenshi, pero that, oh my God, the head was speaking out. What a flank galing kay Young J. 10 kills for him right now. And the bomb is floating. 1 versus 1 Kenshi. Can he clutch this out versus Young J?
Young J has 10 and Kenshi, isa lang yung kill niya and we're already here in round number 10. But then he does have a lot of time. 50 seconds left to play with and obviously
Kaya
has
niyang
to
balikan.
pick up the bomb. Oo nga, medyo mahirap to. Needs to close down the gap. But then Young J and Kenshi,
Oh my
Young J
God.
has the advantage kasi nga, hindi nila nakita. Hindi sila nagtakpo. And now, the bomb needs to be picked up. Pero mukhang si Kenshi gusto niya muna.
Oh!
Young J gets the snipe yet again. The second clutch of this man. Sobrang galing talaga ng game sense ng lalaking to. And there's a reason why ang ganda ng pag-integrate niya dito sa Smart Omega. A clean sweep, 2-0.
Tulog!
Time to sleep. Good night, ma'am, sir.
Mukhang napagod yung Smart Omega nun. Either napagod or na-bored sa match. Pero ang ganda ng clutch ayun. Young J, the young God, Caloocan vibes galing sa Smart Omega dito. Deserve na deserve. What a clutch. What a performance from the SMO boys.
I would like to say, great effort coming in from Signal Ultra Warriors. Pero feeling ko nawala lang talaga yung moral nila nung hindi na-clutch ni Ace-Key yung ano na yun. Kasi, again, I feel like this is one of the points that we really need to say. Kasi yung bomb, planted na para sa kanya if he stayed on sa health center eh. But instead, he wanted to close the gap, which does make sense kasi alam niya na si Young Jay is a sniper. Pero applying that pressure turned his back. I mean, again, there's so many things to consider here. But yun na nga, if he just stayed on the health center being the bomb planted for him, this would have been a different case whatsoever. But taking a look at the scoreboard here, 12 kills for Jello and then Candy also has 12. So, taking a look at the board, medyo equal siya. No, actually, I take it back.
No.
Rage and Young Jay
No.
has like double. So, medyo nahirapan, especially din mo si Kenshi, 1 na lang. No?
Yun, yung sasabihin ko is that Rage and Young Jay performed out of their minds dito. It's not just Candy kasi it was Rage na may 13 kills, most kills doon. Even though Candy with the MVP, of course, objective play matters quite a lot. But Young Jay, the clutch factor on this kid talaga, that was absolutely insane. Ibang-iba talaga yung mga J, mga Jericho.
Yung mga J, Dan. So, J10.
J10?
J10 ka na. Chief Mami. Chief Mami over here. But then grabe talaga yung mga snipes coming in from both of these teams. Actually, I would have to say that again. I'm gonna have to take that back because for Kenshi, medyo lackluster yung performance dito. Hirap na hirap. So, when I say really good performance when it comes to the snipers,
We mean
I'm talking
Smart
about the
Omega.
Whoopi and also Young Jay. So, yan, Smart Omega. Tignan natin kung sino ang D-man dito for Smart O. But then, actually, I really don't know. Feeling ko si Candy ulit eh. He's like collecting, no?
Yes. Yeah, parang ano lang yan. Parang stamps lang yan or stickers yung mga MVP medals ni Candy. Kasi talaga, he's one of the most solid, most consistent players of Smart Omega. Siyempre, nakita nyo, even Whoopi has off days, off matches. Ngayon, 4 kills lang siya. And Young Jay, same story. He has off days, off matches. Pero si Candy, consistency is king.
Ah, my goodness. That is just a really good game when it comes to Search and Destroy. Ito na nga yung pinaka-favorite ko si Young Jay, ano, yun si Ace-Key. Sobrang ganda talaga nung effort niya kasi I think Ace-Key just, assumed na hindi lalapit sa kanya si Young Jay, di magiging aggressive.
Yes. And
But then
ito,
take a look
off
at
game
that.
ni Whoopi
We're
talaga.
not gonna look at that. We're gonna forget about that shot. Yun na nga si Whoopi. Akala niya daming shots but finally gets a one. Sobrang funny talaga nung shot na yun. But there you go. Here's the game-winning kill coming in from Young Jay. The amazing game sense from this man is just unravaged.
Yes, and ito nga, nagkatagpo na sila. And our last kill, Kenshi was not able to check his 6. And there was Young Jay, nakatutok sa likod.
Actually, ang galing talaga ng game sense. I keep saying it kasi there's a reason why you can clutch shot around because you just assume where that player is and every single time, alam niya. As in, pinolo na niya yung instincts niya and so feeling ko that's a really good showing. Now for our MVP,
Once again,
si Mr. Candy, the eye candy of SMO right now. Nangongolekta na nga ng Infinity Stones of MVPs.
Yes, naka ano yan? 4? 5? 5 na yan.
Lima na ba?
Pang-4 ata.
Pang-apat ata. So one more, ano na siya?
Yes, and
Snap.
we have more group stages tomorrow. So baka makaisa pa yan or dalawa si Candy. Ayan, 35 kills on hard point, 12 kills on search and destroy. And syempre siya din yung dekilang planter ng SMO. That's why he got all those objective points from that.
Grabe din yung game sense talaga. I mean, this whole team is just doing all of
It's
their
different.
jobs. It really hits differently. So, again, commendable talaga ang play ng Signal Ultra Warriors. But again, being outplayed. Even though may mga moments talaga na sila na talaga dapat nanalo. Feeling ko yung scoreline nito, it should be closer.
It should
in my
be closer.
opinion, di ba?
Yes.
So close but so far. But obviously for Signal Ultra Warriors, GG, go next. Forget about what happened in the past because you are heading on over to the playoffs. But also now you're thinking about it, diba? Since the points are going to be carried over,
Yes.
let's see if are they just hiding some things from us because knowing very well na nandun na sila, but also will they risk just losing the points knowing very well just to hide strats?
That's a good question kasi meron pa tayong bukas. May bukas pa
May
mga
bukas
kaibigan
pa.
para sa group stages and syempre, of course, top 1 versus top 2, the debate has been settled. Smart Omega top 1 talaga. We're just going to see how the seeding comes in from tomorrow's group stages. But that's it for tonight mga kaibigan. I hope you've enjoyed that. We'll be going to a short break. My name is Vegeta and coming at you with me has been Beef Mommy. It's been a pleasure casting for you and we'll be right back with the interview.